and welcome back to another video. I guess my second video. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys every single book on my physical TBR, as well as kind of reorganizing because this is a mess if you couldn't tell by my thumbnail. Literally everything is out of order, so I'm just gonna kind of show you all the books that are surrounding me and then move on to my TBR cart because this thing is overflowing. I'm not gonna be going into descriptions on every book, but I will tell you where I got them from and just like the title and show you the book. So first I have my Kristen Hannah stack right here. I have Fly Away, Firefly Lane, The Nightingale, which I all got these from my mom. She read all of them and she was gonna give them away, but then I stole them from her. And then I also have Night Road, which I got for Christmas this year. Everything's so out of order. Moving on, I have the first two books in the Inheritance Game series, which includes the Inheritance Games and the Hawthorne Legacy. I have to pick up the third one, but I got these two for my birthday from a friend. Then I have the complete Hush Hush series in hardcover. This series includes Hush Hush, Crescendo, Silence, and Finale. I got the series for only like $40 at a used bookstore, so these were a pretty good find. Then I have the complete Divergent series, which includes Divergent, Allegiant, Insurgent, and 4. I also got these books at a used bookstore. Another series I have from a used bookstore is the Matched series, which I got in Colorado. The series includes Matched, Crossed, and Reached. From my most recent Barnes trip, they had a hardcover sale going on, and I'm more of a paperback girly, but I got these hardcovers because they were also doing another deal that was $20 back in rewards if you spend $50 on hardcovers. So I was like, literally, that's basically $30 on hardcovers because you get 20 back. So these are the ones I picked up. I have Powerless, A Curse for True Love, which I was really bummed because they didn't have the other first two books in this series in hardcover. So I literally just picked up the last one. Then I have Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I'm already sweating. Then, minus the novellas, I have the entire Shatter Me series, which I got for Christmas from my parents this year. Then I have It by Stephen King, which I got used at Powell's bookstore. Then I have A Touch of Darkness, which this is the only book I have in this series, but I found it at Goodwill, so I thought I would pick it up. I think they're becoming more cheaper now, so I might pick up the rest of the series. Then I have Twisted Secrets, which I got from a friend for my birthday this year, or I guess last. I keep saying this year for the books that I'm talking about, but I guess it would be last year because by the time you're seeing this, it is 2024. Then I have the Chasing Red and Always Red duology that I found at Goodwill. And then these three are all summer books. So I have Meet Me at the Lake, The Summer of Broken Rules, and The Start of Me and You. This one I got from my cousins for Christmas a couple years back. This one I got from Amazon. And this one is a hand-me-down for my mom. Then I have the first two books in the Crescent City series. I have House of Earth and Blood in the special edition covers and House of Sky and Breath also in the special edition covers, which I got them at Barnes because Barnes was doing the special edition covers. I even forgot some. I think I pulled something. Up next, I have the entire Throne of Glass series in the new covers. I got some of them used, but in like perfect condition at a used bookstore, and then the rest I also bought from the same bookstore, but they're all new. I already read Assassin's Blade, which I know there's some controversy on which order to read that in, but I read it first, and the rest of the series I'm going to be moving on to this year. Included in the series is Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash. The next few are all just kind of some random books. I have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which I got from my dad years ago for Christmas. I've already read it, but I've been wanting to reread it, so it's just kind of on there. And I don't even remember a single thing that happened. So it's basically an unread book. Then I have The Shack, which is a hand-me-down from my dad. I've also read this, but I've also been wanting to reread it. Chasing Heaven, which I got at a Walmart. Another book that I've already read but want to reread. Then I have She's Come Undone, which I got from my school library. They were kind of just giving out some old books, so I took this one. Then I have Me Being Me is Exactly as Insane as You Being You. I got this at a used bookstore. Then I have War Storm, which I got the entire Red Queen series from one of my other friends for Christmas like 4 years ago, and I just have this one left to read, but I'm not super interested after the first one, so I don't really know what I'm going to be getting to this. After the Kiss, I got this from a friend who didn't want it anymore. Ride the Wind, which is a hand-me-down from my mom. The Final Offer, which I've read the other 2 books in the Dreamland Billionaire series, and I loved them, so I'll definitely be getting to this one this year. I will be getting to this book this year. Then I have Icebreaker, which I got at Barnes. The Silent Patient, which a friend gave me for my birthday. I am gonna move you closer so we can do my cart now. Do you see how wiggly this is? It's so way down. Okay, I have The Reunion, which is a Book of the Month book, but I didn't get it from Book of the Month. I got it from a friend for my birthday. A Little Life, which I got at Target. June 1st, which I got at Barnes. Then I have the Knock 'em Out series, which I got all of these different trips, but I got all of them from Barnes. This series includes Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and Things We Left Behind. Continuing on with Lucy Score, I also have Rock Bottom Girl from her, which I got from a friend for a Secret Santa that we did. And then I also have The Christmas Fix, which is from Barnes, which my mom got for me. More Lucy Score books, I have Forever Never, which I got at Barnes for a birthday trip, as well as By a Thread, which I'm pretty sure I got at Target. You know you have too many books when literally you cannot remember where you got them or how long ago you got them. Another book I got for my birthday Barnes trip was From Lukov with Love. Then I have See Me As I Am, which my mom's client wrote this. She's an author, so go check out her books. But my mom read this and she said it was really good, so I wanted to borrow it. Then I have a couple Coho books. I have Too Late, Reminders of Him, and Heartbones. I got this one at a used bookstore, this one from my mom, and this one from Walmart. The Twisted series, which includes Twisted Love, Twisted Hate, Twisted Games, and Twisted Lies. Originally, I got this entire series at Barnes, and then I went to Target the following day and found that they had them for like $5 cheaper per book. So I got all of them from Target and returned all of the other ones to Barnes. Then I have the Monsters and Muses series. This series includes Sweet Sin, which is a novella, Promises and Pomegranates, Vipers and Virtuosos, Oaths and Omissions, Arrows and Apologies, Souls and Sorrows, and Liars and Liations. I got all of these from Barnes. The last 2 my boyfriend got me for my latest birthday trip, but the others I got myself. Okay, the first tier is officially done. Still got 2 more to go though. Okay, the first series that I have for the second tier is the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the Six of Crows duology. We have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, which these are supposed to be read after the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I got those 2 books for my first ever Barnes & Noble trip. Then I have Shadow and Bone, Ruin and Rising, and Siege and Storm, which I cannot remember where I got these, but I believe I got them at Target in a box set. Then I have Next to You, which I found at a little local bookstore that I had never been to before, but this is a new book and I found out it's a part of a series, so I'll definitely be getting the other books in the series. Also, you guys might be looking at my collection here and thinking, okay, she has this on here and this on here. Like, what does this girl actually read? I swear I read. I just started reading before books got really popular, so I have a lot of like old middle school books back there and a lot of books that not a lot of people have heard of. I used to Google romance books and, you know, The Deal by Elle Kennedy wouldn't pop up. It would be some like random book from a small author and I would get that. Okay, moving on, I have If He Had Been With Me, which I got from Barnes. Then I have Archer's Voice, which I also got from Barnes. All the Bright Places, which I got from Target. Everything, Everything, and The Sun Is Also a Star, which I got both of these from a used bookstore. Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I have read all her other books so far except for her newest one, Check and Mate, and then I'm sure she has some other ones coming out this year. Then I have Before I Fall, which I got at Goodwill. Someone Like You, which I got at another used bookstore. Just One Day and Just One Year, which I got at my first ever trip to my favorite used bookstore. I Fell in Love with Hope, which I got for my boyfriend from Christmas one year. I started this, but I wasn't really in the mood for like sad, so I'll definitely be getting to it soon. Then I have You'd Be Home by Now and How to Make Friends with the Dark. I read the first book, Girl in Pieces, and I loved it, so I'll definitely be getting to these two soon as well. These two I got at a used bookstore. Then I have Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. I got this at Target. Then I have Looking for Alaska, which I got at Goodwill. If you can't tell, I thrift a lot of my books. I obviously have a good collection that are brand new, but I do get a large majority of my books from either Goodwill or local used bookstores. Then I have the entire Off-Campus and Briar U series, minus one book, I believe it's The Risk. The Off-Campus series includes The Deal, The Mistake, The Score, The Goal, and The Legacy. And then Briar U consists of The Chase, The Risk, which I don't have, The Play, and The Dare. Second tier is done. Then I have The Housemaid's Secret, which I really enjoyed The Housemaid, so I'm excited to get to this one. And then her third one I believe is out as well. This one I got at Target. Then I have 3 Natasha Preston books, including The Fear, The Cellar, and The Lake. All 3 of these I got at a used bookstore. Then I have Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls, which I got at a used bookstore. Next I have Rock, Paper, Scissors, which I got at Barnes. Even If We Break, which I got at Powell's. Mad Honey, which I got at Walmart. The Fifth Wave series, which includes The Fifth Wave, The Infinite Sea, and The Last Star. I got the first 2 at a used bookstore and this one a used copy at Powell's. Next, I have The Host, which I got at a used bookstore. Guys, I literally just got my first ever manage storage warning, and I literally just had to go on and delete a bunch of pictures and videos, so if anything looks different, then sorry. Next, I have almost all of the 50 Shades of Grey books, which include 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker, 50 Shades Freed, and then there is Grey, Darker, Freed, which I don't have those 2, and 12 Shades of Surrender, which is a collection of short stories that kind of go along with the same theme as the 50 Shades of Grey books. And then I have almost all of these. Literally, I'm missing one book, but I have almost all of the Blood and Ash and Flesh and Fire books. All of these I got at a used bookstore for insanely great prices, and all of them look brand new. These are all mixed up, so don't get mad at me if they're not in order. I'm just gonna be showing you them. There is From Blood and Ash, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, The Crown of Gilded Bones, A Soul of Ash and Blood, A Light in the Flame, A Shadow in the Ember, and The War of Two Queens. Then I have 3 H.D. Carlton books. I have Does It Hurt, as well as the Cat and Mouse duology, which consists of Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline. And finally, the last 3 books are Willa Winter's books. I have Only for Him, All He'll Ever Be, and Highest Bidder. These are literally ginormous books, but they're collections of either series or short stories. I forgot to say this, but now they're buried, but the H.D. Carlton books and the Willa Winters books I got at Barnes. Okay, I don't know about you, but my back hurts, and this is the aftermath of all my books. Now we have to reorganize everything, but I have to go out to dinner, so I will be back and you will see me reorganizing everything in 5 minutes. Okay guys, I am back from dinner. I have changed into some sweatpants and it is dark outside, so I literally just have a ring light and my lamp on. So I apologize for this ratchetness. I'm gonna get started on sorting all the books just into different genre piles so that I can put them on my TBR cart and get everything cleaned up. I'm just gonna time lapse this and then I'll give you a little tour of how I did everything. Also, I am testing out my mom's mic that she just got to see if I want to use it for my videos. So if the sound is horrendous, I apologize. can't really tell you how I have this all set up, but I do have my Stephen King book, I have the Shatter Me series, I have the Sarah J Maas books, and then the hardcovers that I got recently at Barnes. I just figured they were fantasy, so I'd put them over here. Then I have my Chris and Hannah books. I have the Twisted series and the Off-Campus series, kind of some love stories but also spicy. Then I have the Six of Crows and Shadow and Bone series, as well as the Blood and Ash and Flesh and Fire series. These are just kind of more fantasy, less romance, I would say. Then I have the 50 Shades of Grey series down there. Then these books are all kind of mixed up. I have some thrillers, I have some mystery. These are all just kind of sporadic. Then I have my dystopian books. Then I have my dark romance. Then I have all of my Lucy Score, and then I just put the Mariana Zapata book with there. Then I have, you know, kind of my lower priority books over here. Then I have 2 books that I need to finish in the series, just The Final Offer and Warstorm. Then over here I have a couple sad books, and then I have some lesser priority romances, and then kind of my higher priority romances. So if you cannot tell, I am literally so exhausted. I've been going at this trying to rearrange my books and figure out spots for them for probably the last hour and a half, 2 hours. I have a lot of books and not a lot of space. So I will give you a little tour of where I put everything and just kind of an explanation on like what genres are where. Again, I apologize for the lighting. I'm just working with a ring light in here. Okay, so for the front side of my TBR cart, I have my dark romances, a couple series, as well as A Little Life and The Host. I just didn't have space for them anywhere else. And then on this second tier, I have my Lucy Score books and just kind of some fluffier romances, as well as the Shadow and Bone series on top of them. And then on this lower tier, I have my Elle Kennedy series, as well as the Twisted series, and then a couple standalones, and just some extra books on top. On the back side of my TBR cart, I have the 50 Shades of Grey series, and then the From Blood and Ash and Flesh and Fire series. And then on the bottom, I just have some more standalones, fluffy romance kind of books. Going back into my library underneath my shelves, I have a couple standalones over here on this right side, but mainly my Sarah J Maas books that I haven't read yet. And then on this left side, I have some duologies and then some more standalones, just kind of lesser priority books. Finally, back here to the side of my dresser, I have all of my dystopian books, including the Fifth Wave series, the Hush Hush series, the Shatter Me series, and the Matched series. And then I also have all of my Chris and Hannah books, as well as some summer standalones, and then my Stephen King book. I just have a ton of books back here, guys. This is just where I could fit them. Alright guys, I'm finally sat back down, and once I'm done with this outro, I'm definitely going to be heading straight to bed. I'm very tired, but I really enjoyed filming today's video. I think it's really nice that I have a fresh setup for the new year. Let me know down below in the comments how many books you guys have on your physical TBR. I am not even gonna count. Maybe I'll count later and just insert it up here or something. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!